Okay, we're looking at Bennie and the Jets from Elton John. We're not gonna write in the counts for the whole thing, but I looked through the piece and found the parts that were most difficult rhythmically, and we're going to write in the counts for those parts. So the first part was the last two lines of page 3. So remember, we always start on beat 1 of every measure, and the time signature is 4/4. It's actually in cut time, but we're just going to say it's 4/4, just to kind of ease our pain. So we're going to pretend it's 4/4. It's 4/4. It's 4/4. Okay. You know who you are, and it's 4/4. So we're going to start on beat 1. And we're going to start with the left hand. Now, beat 2 is silent. It's a rest, so we're going to put it in parentheses. Beat 3, and then beat 4. And look, same thing. And it's the same thing, and it's the same thing, and it's the same thing. This measure is a little bit different. Beat 1 starts the measure. Beat 2 is silent. This 8th note starts beat 3. But this is the second half of beat 3 because this 8th note's only worth half a beat. That means that this has to be the second half, and it's the end of beat 3. Okay, so let's do this measure down here because it's the only one that's just a little bit different. We have beat 1, we rest on beat 2. Ooh, that's the same. We have beat 3, and then 4, and. The second ending is the same as up here as well. Okay, so now let's go to our right hand. Just like before, we always start every measure with beat 1, even if it's a rest. It's just going to be a shh rest. So a dotted quarter note gets a beat and a half, so beat 2 is included in this. That means that this 8th note is on the and of beat 2. And if you ever get a little bit confused with that, with your ands and your downbeats, you can always start from the back of the measure. For example, this quarter note is a full beat, so it's on beat 4, because there's 4 beats in a measure, because it's in 4/4. That means that this quarter rest is a full beat, and it's on beat 3. It's a rest, and it's shh. It's quiet. Ooh, here's a rest, and it's on beat 1. This is not on beat 1. This is on beat 1. It still gets a full beat, and it's a rest because it's shh, it's quiet. And even silence takes up seconds on this YouTube video. It's quiet. Yeah, am I proving my point? Okay, beat 2. This 8th note starts beat 3, but it's only worth half a beat, which means that the other half of beat 3 is on this dotted quarter note. Beat 4 is still included in this. So we have shh, 2, 3, and. Beat 1 starts the measure. It's worth a full beat. Beat 2, beat 3. This is only worth half a beat. The other half of beat 3 is on this quarter note. So we have shh, 2, 3, and. 1, 2, 3, and. Beat 1. Ooh, we have a rest on beat 2. The other half of beat 2, since this is an 8th rest, is on this 8th note. Now this is a full beat right here. So you have 2 and. That means that beat 3 is this rest. Beat 4 is also on a rest, but only for the first half of beat 4. The second half of beat 4 is on this 8th note. So you have 1 and. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. But let's look and see where our left hand meets with our right hand here. Our left hand plays on beat 1 with our right hand, so they're playing together here. I'm going to draw a little line. That way we know that both hands are playing on the downbeat together, so we have 1 together. Our right hand does not play on beat 2, and neither does our left hand. Well, our right hand plays on the and of beat 2, but our left hand does not. Our left hand plays on beat 3, and our left hand does not play anything on beat 4. So our hands do not play anything together for the rest of the measure. That's good to know. Very good to know. Let's see how our hands work together in the next measure. My left hand plays on beat 1, nothing on beat 2, something on beat 3, and nothing on beat 4. Well, I don't play anything on beat 1 or on beat 2, but I play on the and of beat 2 and on the and of beat 3. So I have and. So I don't play anything here. I don't play anything on the and of beat 2. I don't play anything with my beat 3 here, and I don't play anything on beat 4. So the only time in these two measures that our hands are playing together is on beat 1, the first measure. I like to draw these little lines that touch my right hand to my left hand so that way I know. For example, another way here is that both of my hands are playing on beat 1, so this line shows me that I'm going to play these notes together. They do not play on beat 2 here, but they do play on both of these notes on beat 3 and on the and of beat 3 here. Not here. This is very syncopated. Okay, now here comes this crazy first ending. I have a beat 1, no beat 2, I have a beat 3, I have no beat 4. I have no beat 1, so that already does not match up. I have a beat 2, no beat 2. I have a beat 3, so they match. That's one match. It's a match. But this is only worth half a beat. The other half of beat 3 is in this quarter note. And because this quarter note takes up a full beat and it started on the and of beat 3, it's going to go through beat 4 and it's going to touch the and of beat 4. This eighth note is tied through from this eighth note in the previous measure. So this is beat 1. So I'm going to put beat 1 in parentheses here because it was tied. So it's not technically quiet, but it is being tied over from the previous measure. I'm going to also draw a little tail over. That way we know it's being tied over. And then I have my and because this is only worth half a beat. Nothing is being played together here yet. And then another and because this is worth a full beat from beat 1 and it's being dragged over into the and of beat 2. Nothing is being played together in this measure. If you're having a hard time with the syncopation here, you can always just kind of cross out these ties and play them as written. And then when you feel comfortable with the rhythm, then you can add the ties back in. So there are the last two lines of page 3. I hope this is not confusing. Oh my gosh.